Hello all. In this video, we are going to discuss about the difference between Odoo 15 Enterprise versus Community Edition. So, as we know that Odoo software is one of the most supervisingly functioning ERP software system that are utilized by every organization. It is an open source modular structured software which has a strong technical foundations along with its robust functionalities. The Odoo software is integrated with key features that allows the automations for all the core businesses. Moreover, this Odoo, in short we can say, is entitled as a complete package of ERP solutions which is constantly switching to its newer and updated feature, and with an extensive list of new feature, the latest version of Odoo is released, that is Odoo 15. So in this video we will be discussing about the new features as well as the differences that is brought up in Odoo 15 Enterprise as well as the Community Edition. So before moving into that, Odoo contains a well integrated modules and have a modular structure. It is available in its two edition, that is one is Odoo Enterprise Edition and the another one is Odoo Community Edition. So the Community Edition of Odoo is available free of cost, however with the limited function because there is no licensing fee but have limited functionality. And we can say like the Community Edition of Odoo has many attractive facilities from which you can reap the benefits according to your business objectives and all. Whereas you have other edition also, that is the Enterprise Edition. So Enterprise Edition of Odoo, we can say it's community along with some additional functional apps which is paid and have advanced feature, similarly benefiting the business companies in large. So these are the two editions of Odoo, that is the Odoo Enterprise Edition as well as the Odoo Community Edition. Now let's have a look on the differences between Odoo 15 Enterprise Edition as well as the Odoo 15 Community Edition. So the first differentiation would be coming in the general feature. So with the Community Edition, we can say the user do not get to perform certain functions as mentioned below. That is, there is no version upgrades, no hosting as well as no public or private cloud hosting, and similarly there is no functional support in case of Community Edition. Whereas when you come to the Enterprise Edition, it supports all the features that is mentioned above and has a better hosting option as well as. And moreover, in Enterprise Edition, you can see the upgrades including your database is also available. Now, the next phase related or the differentiation between Odoo 15 Enterprise as well as the Community Edition would be related to its user interface. So, with newer version of Odoo, certain new feature has been added in both Community as well as the Enterprise Edition. So this one is the Odoo Enterprise Edition, and also have opened the Odoo Community Edition also. So with Odoo Enterprise Edition, if you look, there has been a lot of changes, like with the views, it has made more effective as well as attractive, as well as you can see the informations. You can view the assigned activities from this particular tree view itself. Then you can have an easy observation of the activities that is being scheduled, and also you can chat with other users from the view itself by just clicking on the display picture of that particular person. So the user interface with the updated version has been changed, has brought up certain changes in both Community as well as the Enterprise Edition. And similarly with the user interface, if we look, we can say like Odoo Enterprise Edition. is available on both mobile as well as desktop, whereas the community edition is only available in the desktop, whereas it is not available for the mobile application. So the mobile as well as the desktop edition is only available in the enterprise one, not in the community edition. Similarly, the other differences that is coming between Odoo 15 enterprise as well as the community edition would be associated with the studio access. So the studio access, before that I will show you the studio module in the enterprise edition. So right now the screen that you are able to see is the Odoo 15 enterprise edition. So if I check the app store of the enterprise, we are having a studio module. So here if we check for the studio module, here we can see we have a module called as studio module, and here you can see like here we get a toggle studio. So basically using this application, that is from the app store also we are having, means in the app store if we check we are having an additional studio module, and similarly from here, that is we also get a toggle studio also. So using this application one can customize your system, that is directly inside the application. So in case of Odoo 15 if we say, so Odoo Enterprise Edition users can work with screen customization as well as report design, similarly menu editors and app creators. So this feature list we can use in the enterprise edition of Odoo, not in the community edition. So here you can see I also have an options to create a new app. So from here itself, that is using the studio module, I can create an app also. So this application here you can see I can design my logo itself into different colors I can use, and I can design accordingly, and similarly at different symbols I can also provide. I can provide the name for the studio also, the app that I wish to create, then also can choose the first object name and all details over here and create that. So this is one of the main advantages of having Odoo 15 Enterprise Edition, using which we can get an access to the studio module. Whereas when you check the community edition, here you can see if I check the app store for the community edition, you can see you will not have an option the module like studio module. You can see here you are not having a studio module, you are only able to see an option to upgrade, not to install the module. So here in the community edition of Odoo 15 we don't have an option for studio access, whereas in the enterprise edition of Odoo 15 we have a module called as studio module, as well as you also get a studio toggle itself to create app also. And with this particular functionality, the screen customization as well as report designs, menu editors, etc. is possible with this studio access. So this is what it is saying here, that with studio access you can customize your system directly inside the application itself. So this particular functionality is available under the enterprise edition, users can use that, whereas this one is not available for the community edition users. Now let's move on to the next differentiation. So the next differentiation, if we look, it would be coming with the sales management. So as we know that with Odoo we are having certain modules which manages from the customer relationship to the HR. So in that we are having certain modules, like we have a module to manage the sales, then purchase management is there, inventory management, similarly accounting, HR management, and there are many other modules also associated with our business. So next we will look upon into the differences that is coming in the sales management. So this one is the enterprise edition of Odoo 15. So both we can say, like both community edition as well as the enterprise edition users get access to CRM, sales and POS and all. So this is the sales module of the enterprise edition. Now if we check the community editions of the sales module. So basically here if we check the settings of the sales module, so you can see like with the sales module as well as of the enterprise edition as well as the community edition, you can see the views and here the different views as well as the details almost are same as compared to the community edition. But here what happens is that the enterprise edition users with the sales management can additionally access to certain VoIP integrations, then subscription, similarly the digital project, or so we can say the digital products, help desk, sign and rental modules. So these are some of the additional modules that are associated with the sales one. But these particular modules or the functionalities or features is not available with the sales module of Odoo 50 Community Edition. So if we check the settings of both the module itself, in the Community Edition of Odoo 15, if we check, we don't have certain shipping connectors. So here you can see with the Community Edition, we don't have the access to certain connectors like UPS connectors, DHL Express connectors, UPS connectors. These are the certain connectors that helps in the shipping process in your business. But these options are not available under the Community Edition. So that's why it is showing, that is here you can see it is showing as enterprise, which means that these features are only available under the enterprise edition. Now if I check the enterprise edition settings, so similarly you can see that here when you scroll down, you can see these features are available under the enterprise edition, whereas these are not available under the community edition. And similarly if we check the differences, as I have mentioned, like there are certain modules like the digital phone integrations we are not having in the community edition. Similarly the help desk, field service as well as the repair, subscription as well as the rental product, these are certain modules or the applications that are related with the sales management. So if we check here itself in the enterprise edition, if we check the app store, we would be having certain modules to manage the subscription and all. So generally this Odoo subscription, if you check here, you can see we are having a subscription module. So this Odoo subscription module is generally used to manage the all subscription generation and renewal activities. Like we can say like creating subscription products and all. So means we are already aware of subscription means as a tool for marketing. So we can say with Odoo subscription we are having a module or a particular subscription management module in the enterprise edition. So we are having that functionality in the enterprise but not in the community edition. So these are certain modules that are available in the enterprise edition but not in the community edition. Now let's have a look on the next set of differences. Now the next set of differences that would be coming would be related to the inventory management. So with Odoo we are having an efficient module or application to manage the inventory of your business. So both Odoo Enterprise as well as the community version supports the inventory management as well as the purchase management also. So Odoo enterprise users also get access to certain extra modules like the barcode support, integration with the main shipping companies, as I have already mentioned, like FedEx, UPS, DHL and all. So here you can see the differences that is listed out. Similarly, I can show you that. So from the inventory module, so this is Odoo 15 Enterprise Edition's inventory module. Similarly, let's have a look on the community edition of the inventory module. So I am taking the settings of the inventory module. So basically in the community edition, if we check, we don't have the functionality or the feature called as quality. So basically this particular functionality is only available in the enterprise edition. So the feature of this particular functionality is that it adds quality check to your transfer operations. So to add this quality check to the operations that you are performing, you can use this option. But this particular functionality is only available under the enterprise edition but not under the community edition. And similarly, the other features like barcode scanner. So this barcode scanner is also not available in the community edition, which will help to connect a barcode scanner to Odoo and which will faster your operations. So this particular functionality is also not available under the enterprise, only available under the it's only available under the enterprise edition but not under the community edition. And similarly, when you scroll down, you can see like the community user will not get access to this extra integration with the shipping connectors like UPS, FedEx, DHL and Easy Post and all. Whereas if you check for the enterprise edition, the enterprise edition user will be having the access to use these connectors as well as the barcode scanners and the quality feature. So this is the main differences that is coming under the inventory management, that is for barcode support, as well as intercompany automation is not available under the community edition, as well as the shipping connectors are not available under the community edition. Now if we go and check for the purchase, as we have mentioned, like the purchase management is available for both enterprise as well as the community edition, but there are certain features also under the purchase module which are not available in the community edition. Now let's have a look on that. Now if I check the settings of the purchase management in the enterprise edition, you can see that I have an option called as three-way matching. So this three-way matching feature is nothing but it is a way of characterizing whether the vendor bill should be paid or not. So for that we are having different cases like yes, no and exception cases. So using this feature we can make sure that whether we have to pay the vendor bill or not. But this particular functionality which is coming under the purchase management is not available under the community edition of Odoo. Now let's have a look on that. Now if I check the settings of the purchase management, I can see that this particular feature called three-way matching will not be available under the community edition. You can see it is only available under the enterprise edition. So this is the another difference that is bringing between Odoo 15 enterprise edition as well as the community edition. Now let's have a look on to the next differentiation. So if the next differentiation, if we look, would be related to the accounting management. So as we know, this accounting is most vital and important part of the business. So its management can make a direct impact on the profit of the company, at the same time may reduce the losses also. So with Odoo, if we look, Odoo Enterprise Edition has a very effective accounting dashboard. If we open the accounting module of the Enterprise Edition itself, you can see we get a dynamic dashboard. So this dashboard is completely equipped with advanced accounting operation and also provide vital informations here itself. So from here you can set the accounting period, similarly chart of accounts, taxes and bank accounts, and you have certain details which is associated with the customer invoices, vendor bills related to the journals that you are having with you. Now this is the Odoo 15 Enterprise Edition of the accounting module. Now if I check with the community edition of Odoo 15 accounting module, you can see it is completely different. Means the Odoo 15 community edition of accounting module, first of all the name is not accounting, its name is being invoicing in the community edition, and when you open that itself you can see you don't have a dashboard. Here you will get a onboarding panel in which you will have an option to mention the company data, bank accounts, invoice layout and create invoice option and all. Whereas when you check the enterprise edition of Odoo, we had a dynamic dashboard with certain vital informations that you can get within a single, in a single stretch itself you can get an access to different details. Whereas in community edition you can see how much it is limited. And similarly if we check in the accounting dashboard, if we go through, we can see there are certain features also. Like in accounting, if you see, we also get an access to certain functionality. Additional features are also there. Like first one, if we discuss, here you can see we are having an option like here in under accounting. If we see, we are having an options to manage the deferred revenue, deferred expenses, automatic transfer and all. So first of all, this deferred revenue. So this deferred revenue is one of the Odoo 15 enterprise functionality we can say. So this deferred revenue is nothing but we can say like is the money that is received in advance. So here the state of this money is received but not yet earned. So it is not yet the income or the revenue, and this is not reported in income account. So it is rather reported as a liability. So to manage those scenarios in your business, we are having this option called as deferred revenue management in Odoo 15 accounting enterprise edition. Whereas if you check in the community edition, we are not having any of the functionality to manage those deferred revenue. Similarly, if you check, we also have an option to manage the deferred expenses also. So this deferred expense, similarly we can say, is the cost that have already occurred from an unconsumed product or services which is yet to receive. So such cost can be asset for the company that pays them since it is already paid for the product and service but still to receive or that are yet to be used. So those management for the businesses we can use using deferred expenses. Similarly, this particular functionality we are not having in our community edition of Odoo 15. And another feature that you can manage with this particular Odoo 15 enterprise edition is regarding the automatic transfer option. So this option can be used to manage the transfer of certain accounts, you can say, which means you can automatically here you can see you have an options to create also. So using this option, what you can do is that you can automatically convert or transfer certain amount as well as amount to a next account. So that is also possible. So it is possible means period is also their frequency like quarterly or yearly basis also you can do this particular transaction. So with this we can say like in accounting we are having an options, different options like for managing deferred revenue, deferred expense, automatic transfer and all. Similarly, if you check here, we are not having much options. Like in community edition, we are not having much options to manage all those operations that happens in a business. Now, similarly, if you check the reporting side, In enterprise edition of reporting, if you check, you have the reporting for profit and loss. Here you can see profit and loss report is available under the enterprise edition. So this profit and loss report generally shows your organization net income by deducting the expenses from the revenue for the report period. Similarly, you will have this balance sheet also. So with balance sheet, it shows a snapshot of asset, liability, equity of your organization at a particular date wise also. Then you have an execute summary also. Then it allows a quick look at the important figures that you need to run your company. Those details you can get. Then you also have a cash flow statement which shows the changes in balance sheets, accounts and income affects cash and cash equivalent and all. Similarly, you have this age payable, age receivable and all. So age receivable, with age receivable report, it will show you the sales invoice that awaiting payments during a selected month as well as several months. Similarly, you can see you will also have a tax report also. So using which this report will allow you to see the net as well as the tax amount for all the tax grouped by different types and all. So that is possible with the reporting. Here you can see different reportings is available over here, like general ledger, journal audit. Similarly, depreciation schedule is there. Whereas if you check in the community edition of Odoo 15, here you can see the reporting is very limited. Here you are only having a reporting related to the invoice analysis. So here you have the bar graph as well as the pivot view and all. But when you check the Odoo 15 enterprise edition of this accounting module, you can see that there are several reporting options as well as several other features which is very beneficial for your managing your accounting business operations. So as compared to the community edition accounting module, here you can say that Odoo 15 Enterprise Edition has much more functionalities than the Community Edition. And similarly, if you check the configurations of the Community Edition, here itself you can see you will not have an option like automatic currency rates. These functionalities are not there in the Community Edition. Similarly, the intrastat option, sales receipt. Similarly, the batch payment option, using which we can group the payment into single batch and can make the easy reconciliation process and all. So this process you are not having in the community edition, but this one we are having in the enterprise edition. Then the SEPA direct debit option, then bill digitalization. So these are certain features that we are not having in the community edition, but these features we are having in the enterprise edition. So if we check the enterprise edition option also under the settings, if we check, we will be having all these options like managing bill digitalizations, then SEPA direct, then automatic currency rate changes. You can see we also have OCR single invoice line per taxes also. Similarly, SEPA direct debit, batch payment option is also there. Then QR codes option is also there. Then SEPA credit transfer functionality is also there. So we can say like with Odoo 15 Enterprise Edition, the accounting functionalities are more and it makes the accounting module more efficient than community with certain features that I have mentioned right now. So these are the major differences in Odoo 15 Accounting Enterprise Edition as well as the Community Edition. Now let's move on to the next set of differentiation. So our next set of differentiation, we can have a look. So we have discussed about the accounting management. Here you can see with invoicing and payments is possible. Whereas if we see the bank statement imports, billing digitalization, budgets check, consolidation, localization and report section, these features are not available under the community edition. Now the next feature we can look is regarding the project management. So we can say, like with Odoo Enterprise Edition has kept these features like employee timesheet, forecasting and all, but the Odoo Community Edition has kept these features out. Let me show you that. So if I take the Community Edition of Odoo, so let me take the project module. So in the Community Edition project module, if I check the settings, so here you can see we are not having an option for planning. So basically this planning option is only available in the Enterprise Edition. So using this in the Enterprise Edition, we can plan the resource allocation across the projects and tasks and can estimate the deadlines more accurately. But this particular functionality we are not having in the Community Edition. So this is one of the major differences that is coming under the project management, that is between the Community as well as the Enterprise Edition. We don't have the functionality called as planning in the in the Community Edition, but we have this feature in the Enterprise Edition. So that one is one of the differences, like employee timesheet, forecasting as well as the planning. Now let's have a look onto the next set of differences. So the next set of differences that we can discuss is regarding the manufacturing management. So Odoo 15 Community as well as the Enterprise, both version has MRP features like work centers and bill of materials and all. But the Enterprise Edition supports some additional functionalities like product lifecycle management like PLM, quality, MPS. But these additional features we are not having in the Community Edition. So let's have a look on that also. So if I check the Community Edition for manufacturing, so here if I check the configuration settings, so here you can see similarly we are not having an option for quality in the Community Edition. So using this particular feature we can add quality check to our work orders. So this functionality we are not having in the Community Edition, and similarly we are not having an option for MPS in the Community Edition, that is Master Production Schedule. So generally in a business, if you look, this Master Production Schedule is one of the most important thing. So we can say using this Master Production Schedule is a production forecasting mechanism which is focused on the forecasted demand. So this functionality is only included in the Enterprise Edition but not in the Community Edition. So here if you see, if I check the manufacturing of the Enterprise Edition, the MPS functionalities would be available for the Enterprise Edition, but this functionality we are not having in the Community Edition. Yeah, so here you can see we are having an option called as MPS under the Enterprise Edition but not under the Community Edition. So basically here with this MPS we can set a time range, we can define certain time range, that is monthly, weekly and daily basis, and the number of periods that need to be displayed and all. So here using this we can effectively plan our forecasted demands and all. We can manage this using this MPS, but this option we are not having in the Community Edition. And similarly, as we have mentioned in the differences, like we don't have an option like product lifecycle management in the Community Edition. Similarly, the quality option we are not having, and shipping connectors we are not having. Let me show you. If I check the App Store of the, so here if I check for PLM, you can see we are not having an option to install that in the Community Edition. Similarly, if I check for quality, that one also I am not getting that in the community edition. So that's the major difference. That is, with Odoo 15 Enterprise Edition, we get some additional modules that are associated with the manufacturing. That is PLM, quality, MPS and all. Now let's have a look to next set of differentiation. So the next set of differentiation comes is for the human resource management. So both Odoo Enterprise Edition as well as the Community Edition used essence of HR functions like employee database and all, then expenses, leaves and requirement. But in addition to this, Odoo Enterprise Edition users also hire Odoo developers to get certain modules like appraisal, then department level dashboards for employee sites, and similarly certain additional modules like appraisal, referral, approval. These are the additional modules that you get access in the Enterprise Edition only, but not in the Community Edition. So I will show you the modules and the functionalities that we are having in the Enterprise Edition for managing the HR of the company. So let's have a look on that. So if you check the App Store in the Enterprise Edition, you can see in the Enterprise Edition we are having certain modules to manage the HR of the company, and they are. So if we check the App Store for the Enterprise Edition, so if we check for the HR modules, you can see for HR modules we are having expense module, time off module to manage the leave of a employee, then the recruitment module to recruit the new applicants to the company, employee module, then we are also having the appraisal module, then the employee referral module also. So Odoo referral app help you to share the job positions that are open at your workspace and all, and you can also refer their friends using this particular module called as referral module. Then you are having the attendance module, skill management module, payroll module, as well as the employee contract module. So these are the HR management modules in the Enterprise Edition of Odoo 50. Now let's have a look on the modules that we are having in the Community Edition for managing the HR of the company. So if we check the Community Edition for the HR management, there would be certain limited modules only. So if we have a look on that, we can see so if we check for HR modules, here you can see for HR management we are having modules like expenses, then the time off module to manage the leave, recruitment module, employee module. Then we don't have the appraisal module in Odoo 15 Community Edition, but we had this in the Enterprise Edition. Then you have the attendance module, skill management module, online jobs, as well as the employee contract. So as compared to the Enterprise Edition, here you can see you are only having few modules in the Community Edition. So if we have a look in the Community Edition, we are not having the module to manage the appraisals of the company. Similarly, we are not having the module to manage the payroll payslip side. So we don't have HR payroll management module in the Community Edition. Similarly, we don't have a module to manage the referral of the company. So using that particular, you can share job positions and all, but we don't have that option in the Community Edition. So these are the major differences among Odoo 15 Enterprise Edition as well as the Community Edition as compared for the HR management side. Now let's look on to the next set of differentiation, that is related to marketing management. So under marketing management, as it is shown, like although both Odoo Community Edition as well as the Enterprise Edition supports following features like event, expenses, live chats, email marketing and all, But on the other hand, Odoo Community Edition users cannot access to marketing automation, lead scoring, or email marketing template, as well as social marketing modules. So these are the certain other differences that gets in marketing management. So if we have a look in Enterprise Edition, we can see that we are having an option for managing the social marketing. So we can say that it would be social marketing can be a greatest tool for an organization to connect effectively with their users. So Odoo social marketing helps you to meet all your group of audience with the assistance of few of the streams, we can say, such as social media, pop-up message, or live chats. And also you can say here, you can see in the Enterprise Edition you will have an options to add different social medias to your social marketing module like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter and all. And similarly you can add your several social media accounts also over here. Then you can add upon different social stream, and you also have an option to synchronize your account with Odoo also. So you can synchronize from here also, and you can add new post also. That is also possible in case of social marketing, which application is only available under the Enterprise Edition of Odoo 15. Now similarly, if you check for social marketing over here, we will not have any of the module associated with that. So to manage social marketing in the Community Edition, if we see, it is not possible. So that is one of the major difference that is coming under the marketing side of Odoo. And similarly, here you can see this is the Community Edition App Store, and these are some of the modules that is not available under the Community Edition, as I have already mentioned this, like Studio, Sign, Help Desk, Subscription, Quality, Planning, PLM, Appraisal, then Marketing Automation automatically, as I have mentioned, then Barcode and all. So these are the difference that is coming. Now the next module that is not available for the Enterprise Edition, the Community Edition, is the Marketing Automation module. So here I can show you that similarly in the App Store of the Community Edition, you see, you will not have a Marketing Automation module. Whereas if you check for the Enterprise Edition, here you can see we have a module called as Marketing Automation. So basically, marketing automation in Odoo create automatic and targeted marketing campaign. So basically, this feature will help in automating the workflow, and thereby the scale of business would be increased using this feature. So here you can see in the Enterprise Edition, you will have an options to create the campaigns and all. And similarly, you can see the targets you can mention over here. So this feature is available under the Community Edition, under the Enterprise Edition, but not under the Community Edition. Now let's have a look on the next set of differences. Then regarding the website builders, that is both Odoo Community as well as the Enterprise Edition users can access to basic website building element like blog template and presentation. And in addition to this, Odoo Enterprise Edition users can also access to certain form builders, call to action blogs, versioning and A/B testing to enhance the visitor engagement. This is a major difference that is coming in the website builder side. And similarly, from the e-commerce side, if you look, both Community as well as the Enterprise Edition users can build a full-scale e-commerce store online and all. But in addition to this, the online Enterprise Edition users support some extra features like eBay connectors are there, certain payment integrations are also there, and Amazon connectors are there. Whereas these are not available in the Community Edition. Now the next set of feature, if we look, is coming regarding the certain views. So with the views, if we look, we are having cohort dashboard as well as the map view. So Odoo 15 Enterprise encompasses with this new cohort dashboard as well as the map view. So I can show you that. So if we check the enterprise edition of Odoo, so if we check the CRM module, here you can see with the CRM module here, you can see we are having a dashboard view. So using this particular view, it will give a insight, like a clear picture of all the activities in a single glance itself. Similarly, you also have a cohort view, which will help the end users for a quick analysis over the day, week, month and year basis and all. And similarly, you also have a map view over here in the enterprise edition. Whereas if we check the community edition, so in the community edition, if you check here, you can see we are not having this view. That is the dashboard, cohort as well as the map view. We are not having in the community edition, but we had that in the enterprise edition. So that is the other difference that we can see. Now the next difference is regarded the module called as the document management system. So it is one of the Odoo 15 enterprise feature, using which one can share the document publicly, select the validate dates and all. So that one feature is available only in the enterprise edition but not in the community edition. So here you can see in the enterprise edition you have a module for managing the document. You can create spreadsheet, you can request also, and similarly add links to that also. That is the feature having in the enterprise edition but not in the community edition. Similarly, the IoT thing also is the enterprise feature. So the IoT box can be used to connect the IoT devices to Odoo. So this feature is not available under the community edition. So if you check the App Store itself, you can see you will not have any particular module to manage the IoT. You can see you will not have a module to manage the IoT. Whereas in the enterprise, we are having that option. Then similarly, the next module would be the rental management module. So rental management module is also an application of Odoo 15 enterprise version. So if we have a look on that in the enterprise edition, we can say that using this, it is very easy for obtaining products on rent for certain period of time and can manage their resources and orders more efficiently. So you can create the rental orders from here. You can add the products and all, and similarly you will have an options to schedule that also, and similarly can create the rental product also. So with the rental management you can use these options. Now when you check that particular in the community edition, you can see we don't have any module associated with the rental in the community edition. So here you can see you will not have any of those module to manage the rental orders. Now the next set of differentiation would be related to the approval module. So as I have already mentioned regarding this, one of the HR management thing. So this particular functionality is only available under the enterprise feature but not for the community version. Then the referral module also. This referral module is a module which will help to manage the HR side, that is helps to share the job position that are open at your workspace and all, which will helps to easy refer your friends and all. So this one is also available under the enterprise edition but not under the community edition. So if you check, you will not have a module for this. You will not have any of the referral module over here in the community edition, but you have this in the enterprise edition, and similarly the social marketing module. And then there is also a module called as Consolidation. So it is only available in the enterprise one. So this module extends the functionality of accounting to allow you to consolidate the journal items in a consolidation company. So this feature is not available under the community edition. So if I check for the consolidation module, you can see I will not have any of the module associated to that in the community edition. So the consolidation module is not available under the community edition. Now the next set of module we can say is the field service management, which will help in repairing, installation as well as construction and delivery of the on-site services. So if we check in the enterprise edition, you can see we are having a module in the enterprise edition. So basically it is simply a system that is designed to keep a track of various components of field operations. So you can create tasks and manage those things in the enterprise editions. But for managing that in the community edition, we are not having any of the option. You can see the field service module is not applicable under the community edition of Odoo 15. Now let's look into the next differentiation, that is regarding the marketing automation, which I have already discussed. This particular functionality we are not having in the community edition but have in the enterprise edition. Similarly, the next feature that we are having in enterprise but not in community is the lead scoring. So Odoo's lead scoring module is one of the enterprise feature as mentioned, which will allow you to give a score to lead based on specific criteria. So the higher the value and so on. So therefore the best leads will be automatically assigned to a salesperson in their pipeline. So for managing those leads, we are having an option called as lead scoring. So if we check in the community edition, we will not have anything like that. We will be only having the CRM one. But in the enterprise edition, we are having an option called as lead scoring to manage the leads, quality leads. That is the another differentiation. Now the next one is regarding the loyalty program in POS, point of sale. So loyalty program is an Odoo 15 enterprise feature. So let me show you that. So if I take the POS module, similarly let us take the POS module in the community edition. So in the community edition, if we check the configuration side, so in the configuration side, if we look, we will not have an option called as a loyalty program in the point of sale of the community edition. So let's take any of the point of sale section. So in that section, if I check for loyalty program, you can see I will not have this feature in the community edition, but this particular feature I will be having in the enterprise section. So basically this loyalty program is, we can say it is a kind of option where you can allow certain rewards as well as certain attractive discount offers to your loyal customer. So this feature is only available under Odoo 15 enterprise POS module, but it is not available under Odoo 15 community version of the POS module. So these are certain differentiation we can say in case of Odoo 15 enterprise as well as the community edition. So as total we can say Odoo can be entitled as a complete package for the ERP solutions, and these are some of the major differences that is coming between Odoo 15 enterprise as well as the community edition. And if for more clarification, you can refer our blogs as well as the technical and functional videos. And thank you for watching this video.